Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals, and this is my newest journal collection. These are bird journals, as you can see, and I originally started off with the inspiration for these two journals because they remind me of the birds from my childhood. This one reminds me of the crimson rosella, and this one reminds me of the eastern rosella. So it also reminds me of gardening and just all my, memories of being a child in the garden, and the Australian birds. So it very much was like a trip down memory lane and very much resonating with me, and I love that personal connection. So then I just decided to make two more as well, because why not? I've got the pages, and they all have a picture on the back as well, and I did try to have it matchy where possible. So this bird sort of looks like that with the red, and just matching up the colours. So let me do a flip through of these journals. I'll go sort of in depth with the first one and then just go quicker through the others. Loving the colours here. I did try to put more of like the green and the yellow in this one, more green here, more of the reds in here, more of the yellows in here, but still picking up all the different colours from the cover. So the cover always tells me what will go in the journal. And I've also included some vintage music paper because I just love the pairing of birds and music paper, singing birds, Birdsong, which gave me the inspiration for the journal name for this collection, the Birdsong journals. And I've also got some field guide bird pages and some note paper, some blank paper for some journaling space. I do love the black and white images on the back as well, and how there is writing space in these little gaps. Loving this doily and how it looks on this beautiful coloured paper. I just love the combination of this actually. And this as well, they've got some coffee dyed colouring pages with leaves or flowers or something. One of my napkin envelopes, so this is an interactive pocket page. Some vellum, so going for some different textures like this calligraphy paper as well. Some more music paper, and these journals are available in my Etsy, so feel free to check the description box below for the link. And again, I'm trying to pair the middle page with the cover, and I love, is that wattle? Wattle was the symbol on our primary school jumpers, so it was a symbol of the school, the wattle flower, and we had wattle in our garden, and beautiful wattle trees with the beautiful yellow blossoms, so striking. And more beautiful birds everywhere, sort of a garden bird journal. And that is that one. So let's go into this one. We've got some wide washi tape down the spine as well. It's that beautiful William Morris tape. Look at this, gorgeous. The colours of birds can be quite amazing, can't they? And just their markings and their patterns. So I remember just growing up, as a kid, I would learn different flower names and bird names, and yeah, they become something familiar. Having moved to a different state and a different climate, the birds are very different up here, and the vegetation is very different. And I found, wow, it's sort of like being in a different country because I don't know the names of any of these birds, let alone I've never seen some of these birds before. And it just showed me, like, made me appreciate being, where I grew up. It was just like home, and because it's so familiar, because I knew the plants, I knew the flowers, I knew the trees, I knew the birds. And you take it for granted though, because you're not aware that is, intellectually that it's different elsewhere, but until you've been there and experienced it, you don't know what that actually feels like, and how it can be a little bit disorienting, and how it's just, home can be in the birds and the flowers around you sometimes. I think of, the cherry blossom trees on the way to school, and how the petals would fall onto the ground that we would walk over. And I think of we had an apple tree in our backyard. I don't think we ate a single apple from it, even though they did grow. The birds got to them before we did. So I think it was like not Granny Smith, more like a yellowy green apple, one of the softer ones. I find Granny Smith apples are very crisp, very hard apples. The more of the yellowy green soft apple. And that was my only experience of a fruit tree in our garden, but we would go to the nursery often and pick up plants and plant flowers and trees in the garden. And so I just loved, like I said, appreciate it at the time, but looking back, it was such a big part of my life. And so maybe that's one of the reasons why birds, butterflies and botanicals are some of my favorite journals to make, and the garden theme as a whole is just something that resonates with me. And it's not something that I necessarily choose to like or make. It's just that I naturally do, because it's something that is I'm naturally connected with. And on a subconscious level, it came out through my creations and what I'm drawn to and what I choose to create with gorgeous birds. There's a little connection that I made. Maybe that's a bit of why I like creating things that I connect with. Anyway, so I hope these connect with you too. And if they do, feel free to check out my Etsy, and hope you can grab a journal that speaks to your heart, that sings to your heart, and that this can be a canvas to you recording your own stories and memories on the pages of these journals. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.
Big special thank you to my beautiful patrons who supported me in January. If you would like to become a patron in February, and the link is down below, and that is where you get access to extra videos, all my printables, all my digital kits in my Etsy. There are post tiers, mail tiers and journal tiers as well. There is a Marco Polo tier and just lots of fun stuff over there. There is also a link to all of my available courses down below in the description box. You can join those anytime for all of my Patreon and courses. They're monthly subscriptions that work just like Netflix or Spotify, and you're charged on the date that you sign up, and you can cancel anytime.